Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Op-Ed Average Podcast. If you're new here, we're also known as the OA Podcast, and we have a lot of opinions, but most of them are pretty average. I'm Anna, and this is my roommate for the weekend, Monica.
Hello. Hi, guys. If you're watching this episode, you might be familiar with my new recording space. This is actually Anna's room. If you guys have been watching our episodes on YouTube, if you're not, you should subscribe and like our episodes. But anyway,
Yep.
it is Comic-Con week as we're recording this. And, that means only one thing. The average nerds, 2 of the 4 are actually our husbands and our own roommates. And they have abandoned us for SDCC. For sunny San Diego. So since we weren't able to go along this year, Anna and I decided to just have our own staycation here. So far, I hope Anna isn't annoyed at me as being her roommate, but I have basically moved in.
Yeah, so we thought it would be fitting for us. This is like Mon's brilliant idea. We didn't think about this till earlier this week, but we thought it'd be fun to do an episode and being roommates, not just for the weekend, but people that have roommate situations for long term. So we're going to chat about some roommate articles that we came across on our favorite, Am I the Asshole Reddit threads, and then we'll get into some roommate etiquette, and we'll also talk about some experiences we've had in the past regarding some roommates that we have experienced. So let's get into it.
Woo!
Woo-hoo!
Well, I mean, did you want to tell them like kind of what we've been up to for the weekend before we really get into it? Or
so first off, the boys are in San Diego and we typically tag along. So I think Mon and I, before I met, we met the average nerds. Av and I would go every year, and so we're pretty used to going to San Diego. The last couple years we've been really fortunate enough to build this friendship, and we've been going on our own, kind of like our own girls trip. So we kind of tried to create kind of our own version of that this weekend. So we got pedicures because we usually go to the spa there. And what else did we do? We
went to cafes.
We go to cafes, which we usually do when we're there. And shout out to Better Buzz Coffee, because that's like our favorite San Diego, coffee spot. We pretty much go there like every year. We haven't gone shopping yet. That's usually one of our activities that we love to do when we're in San Diego. I don't think we're going to be doing that. There's nothing here too nice to shop with. And Mon, what did we do last night? We were up till super late doing.
We made candles.
Yes.
Well, I taught Anna how to make candles essentially, and she was just all ready to start production.
So as we, those who listen know, Mon, I'm going to give a plug. Mon is a wonderful small business owner, soap maker, candle maker, lip balm maker, extraordinaire. So I buy tons of candles, separate from, Mon and stuff like that. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of I feel like I waste a lot of money, and it's very wasteful on containers. You just, use these really nice containers and then you toss them. So I really wanted Mon to kind of show me how to make them so I could reuse the containers myself and, kind of have that satisfaction of making something. So yeah. I didn't realize it was such a long process. Not long, but it's
it's a very thorough process.
Yeah.
If you're prepared for it, but if you're prepared and used to it, you can pump out so many different candles in such a short amount of time. But I've opened her eyes to the world of candle making.
And I'd like to say, Mon, you're super thorough, which makes it wonderful when you're selling your products, because we know it's high quality, a lot of thought and science has gone behind this. And it's also very precise, in terms of how much wax you use, how much fragrance oil, how long it needs to blend together for.
Yeah.
So you guys know you're getting good quality when you shop at Castle Crafted.
Yeah, we are
So
not
it
just
wasn't.
slapping stuff together.
Yeah, yeah, I do have to say that. So just to share, like during COVID, I was a candle maker.
I
No,
think a
I
lot of
bought
us were.
a lot of us were a lot of different things during COVID.
I
What
was a
was
soap
it like?
maker.
Yeah, chefs,
So
all
so
kinds of like
yeah.
carpenters, like there's all
Oh,
kinds of stuff that happened. But
yeah.
I did buy like a little kit on Amazon
Mhm.
during COVID, and I just threw things together. I didn't really like, put a lot of thought in it. It was just like a fun activity. But now knowing like the science behind it and like, all that stuff, it's really cool. And I'm so
Mhm,
excited. We have to wait for it to cure, or like, is it called curing?
mhm.
Okay.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
so 2 weeks of curing, and then we can light them up after that. So,
Light 'em all up.
yeah, yeah. So I'm just super grateful that Mon, like, took the time to, show me how to make candles. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun, and I mean, thank you for being my guinea pig for showing you how to make candles. Because I mean, I'm still learning myself, but it's, like, really fun to really, like, get other people, like, in the know for the process so
Mhm.
that you could, yeah, appreciate what you've
Yeah,
made
yeah.
a little bit
It's a
more.
lot of work. It's a lot of work, a lot of steps. So it's
Mhm.
definitely like, appreciative of your time showing me that. So what else have we been
Yay.
doing? We've been laying in our pajamas most of
We've
the day.
been rotting on the couch.
Yes, that's fine.
I mean, you can rot every once in a while.
Yes,
It's
yes.
totally fine.
Mhm.
But we just been like, chatting and I don't think I've talked this much in like
Yes,
in the
yeah.
span of like how
Mhm.
many days,
Yeah.
but it's been so fun. And it really feels like a sleepover. I haven't had a sleepover since I was like in high school.
Mhm.
So it's been really fun. And sorry, I've taken over your space. Sorry, Noah, I take over your space.
No, it's
But
so cool. It's so funny to see you like with the background. It's pretty funny.
yeah,
So
it's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. So we're also like we went cafe hopping. We went to a couple of pretty cool cafes. So shout out
Mhm.
to a couple of like places here in Sacramento. So we went to, gosh, oh my God, I can't remember the first one we went to. Faria Bakery. So
Yes.
Faria Bakery is in downtown Sacramento. I just discovered them recently as well, and I really wanted to take Mon there.
Mhm.
And really good lattes, really good iced vanilla lattes, really
Really
good
good.
pastries, but a little bit expensive. But
I
yeah,
know. We bought
yeah,
a cake slice for like what, $13 or
$13. But
something?
it was well, I don't even think like the size could justify because $13 is really expensive
That's like
for
a
a
whole
cake
cake
slice.
somewhere else. Like
Yeah, yeah. That's like almost a cake at Costco. I don't know how much Costco cakes cost, but it's probably not
mm,
like,
it's more than like this big.
yeah, yeah. It's a whole cake.
But it was
We
good.
also
It was
it was
like
it was good. It was, I can't
not
say
too
any.
sweet.
Yeah, yeah. It was really good. What was the flavor? It was like a
It was like
vanilla cinnamon.
cinnamon vanilla with like I think black raspberry
Yeah.
like preserves or something like that. It was really
Yeah,
good.
it was really, really good. We also, what else did we do?
We
We
went to Maestro's Coffee
yeah,
today.
Maestro's Coffee, which is really, it's like more of like a really very local, low key coffee shop, but I think they have good coffee. I can recommend their coffee is really, really good.
It's really
I
good.
think their food is like purchased from somewhere and
Looks
like,
like it.
given out type thing, but it's fine. But it's what I like about Maestro Coffee or Maestro, whatever it's called.
Maestro,
It
yeah.
Maestro,
I
it's
don't know.
very reasonable. I feel like their
Yes.
prices are like very reasonable. So, yeah.
I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
everything's been really tasty so far, so, I'm happy with all the recommendations.
Yes. Yeah. And we're already trying to think about what we're gonna have for dinner.
Oh, yes. I mean, we always gotta figure out what we're gonna eat.
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. All right.
But,
Okay.
let's see, our Am I the Asshole Reddit
Mhm.
threads or articles, I guess. We've picked out a few. Uh, we haven't shown each other what these are, so we're kind of
Mhm.
like gonna surprise each other, and we'll just react to it, give our
Yes.
opinions. Are they
Yeah.
the asshole or not? Let me start with this one because we were talking about food.
Okay. Oh, always. Is there a vegan roommate? I'm just kidding. Oh my
Don't
God.
hate on the
I
vegans.
know. I'm
They're
sorry.
gonna
I'm
be
sorry. I know. Vegans are listeners too. I'm gonna cut that. I'll cut that out.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the title of this article is, Am I the asshole for telling my roommate I don't cook food she likes because I don't cook for her? So the poster, the original poster, I, 21 male, and my girlfriend, 20 female, live together with a roommate who is 31 female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess it's a guy and two girls.
Okay.
Rooming situation.
Okay. One of the girls is his girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we all contribute equally to our monthly house food. Food meant for everyone, not one specific person. He like specifically puts that in brackets. The house food budget. We can still have our own food, of course, and as long as we communicate so nobody eats someone else's food. Okay. Sounds very territorial already.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, I made myself and my girlfriend some spaghetti with the house food, just noodles and a generic brand of canned sauce, nothing fancy. It's quick and easy because I was just feeling lazy. My roommate was at work until late that night, and myself and my girlfriend ended up finishing up all the spaghetti. When my roommate came home, she saw the dirty pot in the sink, and she made a comment about how she was sad that there was no more food left for her. I asked if she wanted me to save some for her next time, but she didn't really give me a straight answer. I got the weird feeling she wanted me to, though, so I made a mental note to do that next time. A few days later, I made some pork chops. So they're not vegan.
Woo!
A few days later, I made some pork chops. Again, nothing fancy. My girlfriend wasn't hungry and she didn't eat her portion, so I offered it to a roommate when she came home. She accepted. However, when she put the food in the microwave to warm it, she made a face as the smell hit her. She tried to not let me see, but I could tell she wasn't thrilled. She
This
took
is
the food.
weird.
So I was like, okay. She took the food into her room to eat, which isn't unusual for her. So I don't know if she finished it or not. Since then, whenever we're in the kitchen together and when I'm cooking, she's been kind of hovering over my shoulder and trying to give me advice on how to season my food. And honestly, sometimes it's good advice. I'm one of those people who views cooking as like a constant learning experience, so I don't mind taking suggestions. However, she gave me an attitude yesterday when I didn't do something she wanted or liked. It was always subtle and unspoken until yesterday. I was making spaghetti again. When I was making spaghetti, I keep the noodles and sauce separate so everyone can choose how much sauce they want. Our roommate has seen me make spaghetti before, but this time she said I made it the white people way.
Whoa.
Whoa. I feel it's important to note that she is also white.
Okay.
She said I should mix the sauce in, and I told her that that wasn't how I make it. She told me that she liked it better when it's pre-mixed. And here's where maybe I went too far. I told her I don't care how she likes it because I wasn't cooking for her. I told her that when I cook, mine and my girlfriend's preferences are the only ones that I consider because the food is being made for us, not for her. If she doesn't like it, she has her own food to make and there's nothing stopping her from eating that. She got all huffy and stormed off, and later on, my girlfriend said my tone came off a bit angry. I wasn't angry. I was just stating a fact, and maybe there was a way to put more gently. I don't know. I'm told that I can sometimes come off as an asshole without meaning to. So that I have one of those resting faces that make me look angry all the time, even when I'm not.
RBF.
So am I the asshole?
I think yes. Like, okay, so what is the point of the community fund for food if
Right.
it's just for you and your girlfriend? I mean, like, so I'm assuming that the second time he made spaghetti, he also took it from the community pot of food, or
Right.
so I don't know. This is weird, but I think like
It's very particular.
it's very particular. Like, I personally mix the spaghetti. Do you mix spaghetti? Like,
I
Do you
don't
mix
make
it or you
spaghetti
just
too often because Jay doesn't really like
mm,
tomato-based
okay.
pastas, but
Mhm.
I mean, he'll eat it, but it's just not something that I typically make at home.
Okay. So we make spaghetti since Noah moved out. Noah does not like spaghetti. So when he lived with us, we
Mm,
barely made it. But now we make it's actually something that Av really enjoys.
mm.
So I make it pretty often and I mix it. But growing up, my mom didn't mix it.
Oh,
She just
yeah.
put the sauce on top. I don't know if that's like a Filipino thing.
I
Like
think that's a
she
Filipino
put,
thing.
yeah, puts it on top, but like doesn't mix it. But anyway, I digress. But like I do think that if you're like if it's from the community fund that you guys are
Mhm.
all putting together, then
Right.
that should be for all three of you. And you should consider her preferences too. And that was an asshole thing to say, like, it's just me and my girlfriend's preferences that matter if it's
Mhm.
coming out of that pot of money and you guys are like buying those groceries together. Now, if it
Mhm.
was like separate, like,
Yeah.
everyone's just buying their own food type thing, then yeah, then there's
Mhm.
no you don't have to cook for the other person. You don't have to like this sounds very complicated. Like and then it makes
Yeah.
me wonder about what is like etiquette in terms of food. Like I don't know. Like, I'll share like I've never had a roommate. Like the only other person I've ever lived with besides my family is Av. So
Ah.
he's my only roommate. So I've never really had that situation where it's like you're wondering like, oh, I don't want to eat someone's food or whatever.
Right. Well, I have a story where, we have to dorm our first year in college, and I was roomed with someone. It's just me and her. And it's literally just one of those dorms where it's just the room, our beds are in the same space, our desks are in the same space. So it's not like we can go to a room like what this roommate did and eat.
Mhm.
We didn't have a kitchen. That's like
Oh,
a
okay, so it's like
communal.
a pure dorm room, like
Yeah,
what you see in the
literally.
movies. Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to cook something, there was, like, a floor community room that you could, like,
Mhm.
share. I never really did that, uh, so I just really kept to my room, and I don't know, I felt like we had to kind of establish that, like, I brought in, like, a mini fridge. There wasn't a mini fridge, like, provided, so
Mhm.
I brought in a mini fridge. I offered that, "Yeah, sure, you can put your stuff on this shelf." It was a very small fridge, so really there was only 2 shelves and,
Yeah.
like, a mini
Mini
freezer
fridges
part.
are small.
They're really tiny, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like we're stocking up on, like, a bunch of food in our
Yeah.
dorm because there were, like, other food available downstairs, but yes, I also digress.
Mhm.
I remember being very particular that, like, yes, you can use this fridge to store your stuff, just be sure to, like, clean out your stuff,
Mhm.
especially if we're gonna go on, like, break and whatever. Oh my god, I hope she's not, like, listening to this. I don't think she's following. If you ever listen to this, I'm sorry, but it was true. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's a
I mean,
real situation.
I was a very awkward, roommate myself. Maybe I'm the nightmare roommate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was very particular that, like, "Hey, this is the shelf that you use, this is the shelf that I use. If we go on, like, a week-long winter break, be sure to clean it out and unplug the fridge,
Mhm.
like, while we're gone, because I don't want, like, anything to, like, burst into flames while we're
Mhm.
gone." And she's like, "Sure, sure, sure." I left earlier. My schedule allowed me to leave the campus earlier, so I
Mhm.
cleaned out my spot. I remember she had some stuff in the fridge, but she was there for a couple more days for finals.
Mhm.
And she knew that I also had a stash of like paper plates and utensils in my closet on my side of the room. And I never offered it to her. Like, it wasn't like a thing. I had a stash for myself. I never explicitly said, like, "Hey, if you need some, here's where you can find it."
Right.
I never did anything like that. So I get back from winter break. I get there first. I come back. The fridge is unplugged. I open the fridge and there's like a
Ah.
cookie left in it. I don't know why there was a cookie in it, but
Mhm.
there was a cookie left in it. And because the nature of what was once cold
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then defrosted and
Yeah, trapped.
condensation built,
Mhm.
the inside of our fridge got moldy. I had to like clean it when I got back 'cause I was like, "This is fucking gross."
Yeah, yeah.
I removed it. I cleaned it up. I guess she also didn't clean out her trash on her side of the room.
Ugh.
And it's not like there was food in it,
Mhm.
but I saw that the paper plate that
She
I
gave
stashed
herself
away
away.
were still in that
Mhm.
trash. And I was like, "Did she really go into my stuff while I was gone and use my stuff with like asking me. She had my number and whatever.
Mhm.
And then also irresponsibly forget to clean out her stuff.
Yeah.
And then when
Apparently.
she got back, I told her, it's like, hey, I didn't confront her about the paper plates and whatever, because it's paper plates. Like, I could get more. I don't know. But I asked her about the cookie. I was like, hey, you forgot your cookie in the fridge. It got moldy. I had to like clean it and whatever. And she's like, I didn't leave a cookie in the fridge. And I'm like, what do you mean? There's only 2 shelves. It was on your shelf. Well, unless someone was here and left a cookie in our
Yeah,
fridge,
yeah.
I believe you forgot a cookie in your fridge. And she just played dumb. And I don't know if she was just ashamed of it or whatever, but I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, you're that kind of
Yeah,
Ruby.
yeah.
So after that, it got kind of awkward. I mean, we didn't really like, stay connected too much, but you could kind of tell, although we roomed together for our freshman year, it wasn't like one of those lifelong
Right,
friend
right.
roommate situations. And yeah, I feel like in this situation, it's like you agreed that there was a communal
Right.
supply. Although there's a communal supply, do you use that to make your own food? Or is it meant communal as in like you make it for everyone if you're making
Right,
something
right.
with our stuff? And I
Mhm.
think they just never explicitly made that clear. Yeah, you can take suggestions for like seasoning and stuff, but like
Yeah. It's
um
weird all around.
I think so.
Yeah. Like,
Other
you're right, like, it's not clear. Exactly, like, so if it's communal food, like, for example, the first time they made spaghetti, if it's communal and she chipped in for those ingredients, shouldn't you have saved her some?
right,
And
yeah.
or maybe wash the pot and get rid of the evidence or, like,
I
something
know.
like that. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
think, like so, Mon, what do you think, like, asshole or not asshole?
I think he was an asshole for telling her off that way, that like
Mhm.
I don't make food for you when you agreed to like share a communal
Right,
supply.
right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think he's also not the asshole. Like he tried to make her food. She
Right.
didn't like it. If she doesn't like it, she doesn't have to eat it.
Yeah.
So it's like I
Then
don't
if
know.
that's the case, then they shouldn't be having that communal budget.
That's the
You know what
thing.
I mean?
Maybe they
It
should
shouldn't
have it
be.
after this.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that okay, so one of the most important things when you're living with someone and it's not like you're well, also like your spouse, partner, or whatever, it's like communication is such a huge
Key.
thing. Yeah,
Well,
it's
whether
like
or not
most
you're
of
living with your girlfriend, communication with
yeah,
your roommate is key.
yeah, yeah, totally. So, okay, so what is Reddit like, did they vote him the asshole or whatever?
No, they actually say he's not the asshole.
Oh,
A
okay.
lot of people are agreeing that no one's the asshole, but it sounds like you guys are working a system that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if you contribute financially to food you're cooking, I too
Mhm.
would like to want to eat
Yes,
it.
yes. Yeah,
Y'all
and
should have
do
just
it like
separated everything and cut the
right,
drama.
right, right. Which is also like, I don't know, like I said, I've never had a roommate, but just like
Mhm.
that's also weird too, because I feel like I'm not used to that. Like, but I've always lived with family, right? So if you're buying food, it's for everybody for the
Right.
most part. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my God. If anyone out there has a nightmare roommate story, please tell me.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Yes,
Like, I would
yes.
love to hear it because,
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't like a nightmare situation. It's just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
miscommunication.
Right.
Figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right,
Okay.
guys, ready for
Hit
the
me.
next one? Okay.
Hit me with
All
it.
right. Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to cover up at home? So I, 20 female, live with 3 other girls, 22, 19, and 18, all female in
Oh,
a shared apartment. So
okay.
3/4 of us moved last September, and one girl, a new girl, moved in with them in March.
Oh,
So,
okay.
original 3 out of 4 went together and moved into a new place, and another girl joined them. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um, the 4 of us are pretty good friends now, and now we hang out in the living room together frequently. There was one night where we were all watching a movie together. For context, I was wearing an oversized t-shirt down to my thighs and fairly conservative underwear. Stephanie, the girl's name is Stephanie, the new girl's Stephanie. So Stephanie complained that it was indecent and she shouldn't have to see that, in quotes, see that. Even though this isn't the first time I've dressed like this, and all 4 of us do occasionally dressed like that, I guess, around the house. So we got into an argument over it, and she went back to her room for the night. One of the other roommates said she was overreacting. Stephanie was overreacting. The other said I should have just put some shorts on or something. Am I the asshole for refusing? Like she did an edit. To clarify, I completely understand people have different comfort levels, but this isn't the first time one of us has done this, and she frequently walks around in her underwear.
So someone else does, not
Someone,
her.
no, she does. Like, okay, so
Oh.
let's go back. So it says, is it edit, ETA? I don't know what that means. Edit to article, I think. Edit to
Oh,
article.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know
No,
if
that's
that's correct.
different.
Okay.
Mhm.
To clarify, I completely understand people having different comfort levels,
Sure.
but this isn't the first time one of us has done this. And she, as in Stephanie, frequently walks around in her underwear. Am I the asshole for refusing?
So
Does that make
she,
sense?
Stephanie,
Hmm.
not the person posting, right? Not the person who's like narrating the story.
Yeah, so the person narrating the story is basically saying they all do this. Like
Right.
all four of them that live in that house,
Including
like
the girl who is saying she's
including the
being
girl
abusive.
who's saying that, that is asking
Okay.
her to cover up.
Although it's probably not clarified. But when you say walking around in your underwear, do you mean like
I have a vision already in my head. Okay, go ahead, keep going.
granny panty underwear, or like are we talking about like boxers underwear? Are we
Mhm.
talking about
Just your bra and panties.
thong underwear?
Yeah. I don't know, for me, when I think about, like, walking around in underwear, I think of, like, you're in a t-shirt with some underwear on, and
No,
it's
no,
not
I
like,
agree that, but I'm just
yeah,
saying like if she's saying no one wants to see that, it's like what is she seeing
yeah,
exactly?
but she did say, so our poster said she was wearing decent underwear. I don't
What
know
is
what d
decent?
yeah,
Because
I don't know what decent means, like,
you
yeah,
can
is it
have
a
a really high quality thong and that's decent underwear.
I know. So yeah, it's so I okay, what are your this is I just thought this was funny. But
Uh,
and it's just a funny like article or whatever. But like what do you think? Like do you think she's an asshole or like
I mean, depending on how long they've been walking around in underwear, yeah. I mean, maybe there's like suddenly a situation of like, I get it, you guys are very free,
Mhm.
but like, yeah, if you could put on like shorts or whatever. But I mean, if she also does it, yeah, you're kind of being hypocritical.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So unless she's wearing like granny panties or boxers and she's wearing like thongs,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's basically what you're trying to say. So
yeah,
if Stephanie is the roommate that's uncomfortable. So
yes.
if our poster is wearing a thong, but Stephanie walks around in her underwear, but the underwear are granny panties, then it's completely
I mean,
different,
it
right?
seems like you guys are very comfortable around each other to do
Yes.
that,
Yes, yes.
regardless of underwear type.
Yeah.
But like, if her, she said her like oversized shirt right goes down to her
To her
thigh.
thighs, yeah.
So unless she's like wide open,
Yeah, yeah.
like she shouldn't be seeing anything.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So
so I think that Stephanie is contradicting herself because if she walks around in her underwear, regardless of what kind of underwear, I mean, people have different underwear preferences,
but I'm
right?
saying like if it's boxers, right? That's almost like shorts.
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, you could still say she's wearing underwear, but it's a
Right,
little bit
right.
more decent
Conservative, yeah, or like covered
than
up
a
than wearing a thong.
thong or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But I mean,
Sorry, listeners, this
sorry.
yeah, you're totally right. It's just like people have a different interpretation of underwear, I guess, and our posters not being very clear.
No.
Like we don't know what she
Or maybe we're
means.
looking into this and it's all the same
Yeah.
underwear.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
underwear or not, yeah. Maybe you should all figure out if you guys shouldn't be wearing just underwear. What if
Right,
someone
right.
comes in,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. If you're all on the same page, then sure. If there's one
Yeah.
who's uncomfortable, yeah, you
Right,
probably
right.
should have a conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any of those stories
No, I do not.
with your roommate? Nothing to
Okay, I wasn't walking around with my underwear. Okay. But if anyone has had like the situation where we don't have a bathroom in our room, obviously, it's just the room.
Oh,
We
when you guys
have
were dorming?
Yeah, when we were dorming.
Oh.
there was a main bathroom where all the
Mhm.
girls went to the bathroom and showered, right? And then you would come back to your room and finish getting
Oh,
ready
that's
or
so
whatever.
interesting. Yeah.
My issue was our floor was an all-woman floor, supposed to be. My issue
Mm.
was that I was coming from the shower, so I had a robe on and everything. My hair was
Mhm.
in a towel. I'm
Mhm.
covered up, okay, but I'm
Mhm.
still like
Mhm.
not like fully clothed.
Mhm.
I come back to our very small room and I open it and I swing it wide, and my roommate has a friend in the room. Said friend is a boy. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that's awkward.
and then when I came in, he didn't leave. I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna finish changing in here.
Yeah, yeah.
So I waited. I waited until he left to finish changing.
Wow.
And I'm just like, hello, common decency, get out of our room. You're not
Right,
even supposed
right.
to be on this floor.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
so when it's a women's floor, like, they're not even supposed to hang out up there?
mhm,
Okay.
mhm. Or at least that's to my knowledge, unless there was like a time frame. But still, like, dude, read the
Yeah, you're
room.
right, right, right,
You're
and you
not
don't know
supposed to
this
be
person.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Totally,
he might be a
totally.
perv. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No, that just made me think about, like, how, like, that whole, like, it's, like, basically like a community bathroom, like, for the floor, right? Like, totally
Right.
what you see in the movies, and it's just, like, how Mon and I and our other friends have talked about, like, we go to the spa together, right? We
Mhm.
go to the spa together, and then in the spa, there's women there that are super free with their, like, bodies and
Free.
just, like, yeah, free, free, free with their
Woo.
bodies, and, like, it's just like what's accepted, I mean,
Sure.
it's a spa. It's like a locker room or whatever. So it just
Mhm.
I kind of just thought of that when you said like the communal thing, because I'm sure there was girls in there that, weren't wearing much. And then there's probably girls like that are like not comfortable with
Yeah.
that. So
And
yeah,
I was that girl. And
yeah,
I didn't stay in the bathroom though. It's like, "Hey, cover up."
yeah.
I just be like, avert my eyes and
Yeah,
be on my way.
that's just like in like a locker room setting, you can't really say anything. It's like it is what it is. It's a bathroom or whatever, and people have
Right.
like different comfort levels, and you just have to like respect that. But yeah,
Right.
it's
So what do you
interesting.
think? Is she an asshole?
I know because I feel like Stephanie is giving mixed messages, like
Yes.
without having specific information about like the type of underwear or whatever. I mean, our poster is not being as specific about that. So it's like, why are you hating on someone for being in their underwear and a t-shirt when you do it too? But
Right.
so
Right.
that kind of leads me to believe that there's probably a difference in underwear references.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
feel
I
like that's
wish,
the only reason why.
yeah, yeah. So what do you think?
The poster, I don't think she's an asshole since it has been established that they do it. I feel like they should
Mhm,
talk it out.
mhm.
But if she still doesn't like compromise, then she could be like the asshole.
Asshole. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I
All
mean,
right.
yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yes, very, very interesting.
This one is called Am I the Asshole for Hiding My Friend's Laptop Because He Imposed Restrictions on Me in My House? Actually, I don't know. Oh, yeah, they're roommates. I was like,
Okay,
oh, he might just be a friend coming over, but no, it's a roommate. Okay.
okay.
So I know the title sounds bad, but please hear me out. They post that when they start with that line.
Yeah, it's automatically like, what's happening here?
Yeah. Okay. This is my first year in college. Everything is working out fine, except for my roommate. Ever since I moved here, I just can't stand him. Why? I can write a whole story about why I despise this person, but I don't want to keep you all this long, so I will just mention the key points. Len, he's really messy. His room is a total mess. Not that I sleep in there with him, but I don't have TV in my room, and sometimes I have to go to his room for it. Note that we are paying equal rent, so he isn't doing me a favor for it. Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, he used to not even wash his plates until I told him I am not washing for him.
Ew.
Okay, so he doesn't do his dishes.
Right, right. Okay.
Three, he would leave a mess everywhere until I had to explain to him he is a little kid as to why it's not good to have a dirty house. 4, bathroom smells horrible
Oh
whenever
God.
he leaves it. He can't even clean the toilet after use.
Uh,
So those are the 4 key points.
mhm.
Luckily, though, I would rarely see him because I would spend most of my times either at the library, gym, or with friends or my girlfriend after classes. Now, though, because of what is happening, I must stay in the house, which is killing me. I now have to work out and study at home. I like to jump the rope as cardio,
Mhm.
which can make some noise. 2 days ago, I was exercising and he told me to stop jumping rope and find something else to do because it makes too much noise. I got so pissed off because I never complain when he does things that bother me, but now he can't even handle some noise for like 10 minutes. I told him I won't stop, so he just went back to his room. Yesterday, though, when I wanted to work out again, I couldn't find my rope.
Oh my God.
I asked him if he had seen it, and he told me he hid it from me and will give it back to me when he finishes studying as he can't concentrate.
God, these guys are mature.
They're freshmen in college. I got so pissed off again because it's just 10 minutes, maybe 20 with breaks in between. I never complain when he bothers me, but I just can't handle this. Because of this, I hid his laptop when he was out today. While I was working out, he asked me if I'd seen his laptop, and I told him I will give it to him after I finish working out.
Jesus.
He said he has an online exam tomorrow and that he needs it now to revise, but I refused to give it to him. I'm physically stronger than him, so he can't do anything to me either.
Oh my
We just
God.
he went back to his room. Well, when I finished working out, he asked for the laptop back. I went outside to get it, but I couldn't find it anymore. I think
What?
I think someone must have stolen it. He told me that if I don't give his laptop back today, he will press charges on me. But he has no proof, so I doubt it will work.
Good God.
He is blaming me for stealing his laptop, but I just hid it because he tried imposing restrictions on me. I didn't know it was going to get stolen. Today, I even caught him stalking me on social media. I called him out on this. Am I the asshole? Or did he go too far?
I think they're all assholes here. This is, I feel like we should call the police or something. Like
Oh my.
someone's gonna like get hurt. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my.
Like they're gonna end up like killing each other or whatever.
I
But
don't know
like,
if this is real. Okay, so he adds edits at the end. He says, edit 1. Stop discussing about court and stuff like that. That is none of your business. Simply judge the post, please. Edit 2. You guys are funny if you think this post counts as reliable proof. Again, stop discussing about the law. Edit 3. I will no longer be answering or reading any comments related to laws. I hope he's not going into law school.
I know. This guy sounds they like I don't know, like I okay, sorry, was there more?
No, that's it. That's
Like I
thankfully
think
it.
that like okay, this is my opinion. I feel like he never stated if he told his roommate that those 4 items bothered him. So, like,
Right.
if you're not telling the roommate that this is too messy, you need to clean up for yourself, you need to like freshen up the bathroom before you
Yes.
leave, stuff like that. If you're not saying anything, then how is the person going to know that they're doing anything wrong? So that's one thing. Like, I really dislike when people complain or like not that I do this. I'm sure I do this too, but it's just like it's really hard to complain when you don't do anything about it.
Right.
So it's just like you kind of have like no right to do so, but like it got super petty with like, yes, I absolutely believe that the roommate should not have stolen the jump rope. He should not have like taken the laptop, which means like which kind of feels like way more important than the jump rope because if the guy is like going to school needs it for stuff, then that's really messed up. So I feel like what is it? Everyone's the asshole here. Like
Mm,
that's my opinion. This is crazy.
yeah. I feel like, I mean, it seems like the messy part is probably what usually drives him crazy, right? And you're right. If he doesn't communicate that those things bother him,
Mhm.
I mean, you're not helping the situation.
Right, right.
So the fact that, yeah, you still like use his stuff, like the TV, he says that he doesn't owe it because he pays the rent. It's like, well, did you
That is
buy the
strange.
TV?
Yeah, that is very strange.
Um,
They both sound super immature. Like you said, they're
right.
freshmen in college, so this is like it's so dumb. It's
That was
like
one of the things that me and my roommate also talked about. Like, I brought the fridge, she brought the TV. She said you could use it whenever you want, but honestly, I didn't really use the TV.
mhm.
I know she for sure used the fridge, but it's not like I'm gonna say I'm taking the fridge, you can't use it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What?
What do you think? What do you think? Like, wow,
But
Mon, you found two articles where like, they're both assholes, I think.
yeah. Well, this one I think for sure he's an asshole. Like you could even hear it in the tone of his voice. I don't know if I
Yeah.
made it seem like he was such a dickwad, but
Yeah.
that's how it sounded to me. He's such a asshole for
Yeah.
like, oh well, you stole my rope, my jump rope, which probably cost like $10,
Yeah, yeah.
and I took your laptop and he left it outside where
Right,
it's
right.
public area. Are you dumb?
Oh,
Like,
he left it outside.
yeah, because I mean, he didn't state that in the beginning, but it's
Mhm.
implied that he left it outside.
Oh my God.
But it's
Yeah,
like, why
for
didn't you
sure.
just leave it somewhere else? Lock it away
Yeah,
or something. Like,
yeah.
you put it in a space where it was potentially going to be stolen. I didn't know
Right,
it was
right.
going to get stolen. Like,
Oh
are
my
you
gosh.
stupid?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. What a mess.
yeah,
What a
I think
mess.
he's an asshole for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
But they're petty and they're young and they're
yeah,
dumb.
yeah. Dude, that is like, it's really hard. Like all these things that we're talking about, like it's hard. Like, I think like we had am I the asshole? Like I remember we had with Dave and Juan where
Mhm.
it was like one roommate was upset because the other one um didn't want to spend like time together. It's just like there's different kind of roommate situations, right? There's roommate situations where it's just like you're friends and you move in together. And then
Sure.
there's some that you're kind of put together like in a college atmosphere where you don't know
Right.
the person and all that kind of stuff. So it's really like there's a lot of problems like in each. So yeah, I think they're both assholes. At the poster for sure is
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in relation to that, it seems like there's some common sense like rules about
Mhm.
being a good roommate or a
Right.
decent roommate.
Yeah.
I see that you got like a little article, right?
Yeah, yeah. So,
What are
okay,
some
Mon.
unspoken rules?
Right. All right, you guys. So, with that, we're talking about like there's so many different things when it comes to roommates and all that kind of stuff. And I was curious because like I've never really had one. Mon has had experience, but like we kind of looked up like just some like etiquette things. Like I don't know, we just thought it would be cool to kind of bring that up. And then like tell us if you guys agree or like,
Do you remember? Sorry for interrupting, but do you
no, no,
remember
no.
when we did our last SDCC episode?
Uh-huh.
Because we had gone, we did an episode on um etiquette, like
Yeah, like
common etiquette,
travel, right?
travel etiquette. So that's so
Travel,
funny that
like
we found like
yeah, yeah. Oh,
another
yeah, and it's
topic.
Comic-Con again, but we're
Mhm,
home. So, yeah. Okay, so you guys, I'm just gonna read out some. It's just
mhm.
like also a Reddit thread, but it's like, man, some of these people sound so angry. But the first one was like, I'll quote, "Wash your own fucking dishes."
Oh,
Is the first one. I don't
that's a
mind.
big
Yeah,
issue.
that's a big issue is cleanliness. It's like, I don't mind cleaning up the kitchen every now and again, but I'm not your damn maid.
I'm not your mom.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that goes without saying, right, Mon?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And honestly, like that's usually come up because I know most kids coming into college, they're so used to their
Yeah.
parents doing it
Right, right, right.
that it's like, oh, if I leave this in the sink, it'll magically get
Yeah,
clean.
yeah.
That's not how that works in real life, sir.
Right, right, right. Okay, and here's a really interesting one. The next one, it
Uh,
totally resonates with the article that we just read. These are so freaking angry, man. Just in the like wording, it's like if you have a problem with the way I do something, fucking say it. I don't care if it seems silly or stupid, but if the fact that I don't put my shoes away or if the fact that I'm using your shelf just drives you insane, then I'd rather just change that behavior than to have a blowout fight later on, which
for
is
sure.
super valid, right? It's basically like what we were just saying with the article before, like we don't know if the poster ever said anything,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah. I think if you let it stew to the point of like blow up, like this person said, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of can't come back from that unless you're like really mature, you know?
Yes.
You can have the blow up, but if you like really come to your senses, like, hey, okay, this was an issue. We're both gonna do our part to like fix it or compromise or something. But we're not gonna like hold a grudge.
Right,
We're not
right.
gonna hold it against you. It's
Mhm.
just we're
And
gonna start being
it
adults.
really matters because it's just like, especially in the college setting, like you're stuck with this person for like a
Mhm.
year, right? So you might as well try to like fix things instead of stew and then like burst about it, or like, have a blow up or something. So
Yeah.
communication is like super, super important. So here's another one. If someone is going to stay the night, please warn the roommate.
Yeah, don't
Did you
just
ever
bring in a
have that?
rando.
Oh yeah, or it's just like when you got out of the shower.
Yeah. No, I had no idea that he was coming over. Had I known,
Yeah.
I would probably not have showered or I would have
Right,
finished getting
right.
ready in the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh
But
my God, Mon, I feel like a lot of this etiquette pertains to like your stories. Okay, the
no,
next one.
yeah.
Yeah, the next one is like, don't touch, eat, or use your roommate's things without asking. Don't touch my paper plates.
Don't touch my paper plates. Don't
Oh
touch my
my
spaghetti.
God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my
It's all the
god.
same. It's like a lot of the same stuff, but like for us, like we feel like that's common sense, right? But like you said, like a lot of these people, like especially college kids, like it's their first time, like not in the house, like
Mm-hmm.
not with like their parents or family or whatever.
Yeah,
This is
that's rough.
there's a weird one. Okay.
What?
If you're going to cuddle with me, do it face to face. What does that mean?
Wait, this is the wrong like thread or whatever.
No.
Like you're talking
Hold on,
about like a
hold on.
relationship stuff, no?
No, it just
Unless
says
this
it's
is
like
like a friends with benefits situation.
maybe. Yeah, that's true. But that's for another podcast. That's for
That's
another
different.
podcast. Okay. Here's another one. Find out when your roommate likes to sleep and be quiet during those times and expect the same from them. So that's super considerate, right?
I can appreciate or respect quiet hours
Yeah.
because no one wants to be like having a party or a rave
Yeah.
and you're trying to sleep because you got an exam tomorrow or something, you
Yeah.
know?
And it's like, I guess, like, again, super important when it comes to like that situation where you guys are in one room. It's not like there's a door to close and,
Right.
you can, like, in most like dorm situations, like when Noah started dorming when he went to college, it was like just one big room.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's in one big room,
Mm-hmm.
that type of thing. And they were actually really lucky because they had a bathroom in there. But I know, like, in most, most a lot of places it's not like that. Okay.
Right.
Ooh, here's an interesting one. Okay, this is kind
What?
of relates to one of the ones we had. Don't go halvesies on the grocery bills. One of you always
Mm.
eats and drinks more than the other. Don't
Mm.
eat your roommate's food or drink your roommate's drinks. Don't there, it goes on and on. There's a lot more to this, but yeah, like that's one of the things we talk about, like don't split the grocery bills. What are your thoughts on that? Like in the one that we read, that it didn't make sense, right?
Right. Like they tried to do it, but didn't do it right.
Mhm.
I think it's like if you're on the same page on how it works, the
Mhm.
system, then sure, by all means, divvy it up because you're fair, you're equal about it. But
Yeah.
if yeah, you're like a athlete and you're just like chowing down
Yeah,
on
yeah.
everything. But I
Right,
paid
right.
for like this huge thing for everyone to have. But you ate
Yeah.
it all. It's like,
Right,
but I
right.
contributed my share.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a lot here, is like a lot of it is food related. It's like groceries and all that stuff. But
Food
here,
is
okay.
important.
So another take on the whole grocery bill thing. So this is completely separate or completely different, is like
Mhm.
I've never not split grocery bills. No one has ever complained about it either.
Hmm.
Between 8 years and 3 people that I've lived with, I do probably eat more of the groceries, but then again, I'm the one that goes to the store and buys it, and then the roommate reimburses him. So he goes on to say that the roommate's welcome to eat anything that I bring home. I'll pick up whatever he wants. But if it wasn't for me doing the groceries, he would be doing takeout like 100% of the time because the person just doesn't like going to the store and
Mm,
purchasing food. So I guess it's like you're doing the person a favor by like actually
yeah,
having groceries there. So I think it
right.
like depends. Like if you have someone that's okay eating less or like whatever,
Yeah.
like I mean, Mon, like you and I, like our roommate situation is different
Mhm,
these days. Like we live with our partners, spouses, whatever you want to call
mhm.
it. And like, I mean, like we just buy food, like, and it's not that tense. And Av sometimes he calls me the chip monster because I eat all the chips in the house.
Well, another chip monster entered this house, and I have also eaten the chips. I'm sorry, Ab.
Yeah. But like, we've both like eaten a lot of chips this weekend, but he's not gonna care. You know what I
I will
mean?
reimburse you with some chips. Oh, he even bought me Coke. He's always
Yes.
so
Yeah.
considerate of my soda habit.
Yes. I feel like our group of friends is so kind in that way where
Yeah.
it's like whenever like we're coming over or we know people are coming over, like they'll have whatever like ready for us. Like
Yeah.
Mon and Ab really like Coke. So like when we go to other people's houses, it's there. So I think that's so
Yeah,
kind.
it's really kind. It's like it's absolutely not necessary, but like that's something that you do out of like kindness. It's not like anything expect like
Yeah,
other
but
things
I
the other
also think
way.
Ab's using it as an excuse to have Coke in the house because I don't like, I don't drink soda and like I don't really like him drinking soda, but he'll buy it and he'll be like, "Mom's coming over."
I'm happy to be an excuse for you.
But yeah, so a lot of the article is like pretty much all the same. Like it's very similar things, but I think that communication's really, really big. Going
Yes.
into it with an understanding, right?
Yes.
Of like, what you guys' expectations are. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mon, do you have any complaints for the weekend?
No.
We got
Oh my
one
gosh,
more
I
we
have been
got one more night
spoiled
to
here.
go.
I have been spoiled here. I'm never leaving. I'm just kidding.
We got one more
No.
night. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll make it to one more
Yes, yes, we will. So
But
yeah.
yeah, I guess that's all that we have for this episode.
Mhm.
I thanks so much for everyone like joining us for this roommate chat, roommate stories and everything. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Let us know if you've had any interesting roommate experiences in the comments below. Or you can even shoot us like a quick text if you see the little hyperlink in our description box. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, you can actually send us an OA text message. Tell us about your favorite part of this episode. If you think someone is like an asshole or not the asshole. If you have some nightmare stories,
If you've ever
send them
stolen
in.
anyone's food.
Let us know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out on the next episode.
All right. Just a reminder that if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any other podcast platform, don't forget that you can also watch our episode on YouTube. And we work really hard to like record this and all that kind of stuff. So please, like, what is it? Like follow, thumbs up, subscribe, whatever on YouTube. And again, like you could feel free to connect with us on, IG threads, wherever. So yeah, like send us um, this is like going off the rails, but like, send us a comment, send us a DM, whatever. Like, it's always so fun for us. Let us know what you want to see from us, connect with us
Mhm.
through DMs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we really, really love hearing from you. And please, like, if you made it to the end of this episode, like, comment on our post. What should we do? Like, spaghetti or a
Spaghetti,
cookie?
a
A cookie for
laptop.
Mon, a laptop, a cookie for Mon. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for giving
Yeah.
us a watch and a listen.
Yeah. So until next time, friends,
Stay OA
in the
in the
best
best